Hello, Virgo. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Already shuffled. First half is for relationships, the second half is for singles, and I put in the oracle cards as needed. Okay. Excuse me. Having a slight allergy thing this morning, I think. Good. Okay. So, what I'm getting here to start off with, your partner's extremely happy with the situation. And you're moving things forward. And it's not that you're not extremely happy too, but I'm getting more like there's plans, there's things in motion, it's time to do things, it's just time to take that step forward. And you're just going with it. It's time to do the next step. It's not that you want the situation to move on or you want things to change. It's just things have been going, you've been working on things, and it's just come to that point of fruition for it to happen. So you're moving forward, but your partner's extremely happy. I feel like they might have more of a reluctance because I'm getting for you, it's like it's time to move forward. It's not about what's happening and how much you enjoy it, because I feel like you enjoy it too, but it's just like it's time to do this next thing. Your partner, though, is really kind of, they don't want to. They're enjoying the way things are, and they're trying to think of, like, is there a way to just not do this or do something. Like, I don't feel like they want the situation to move on. I feel like that's the best way to explain their card here. They have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Three of Wands, which, Three of Wands, that's, to me, that's moving forward. That's taking that action. It's going through to the next step. And your partner's just like, they rather find a way to not have to do this. Okay. Sorry, my face is just crazy at the moment. Now, what is that? Yep. I feel like it's going kind of like, how does this, is this next? No. Your partner does not want this to go forward. They don't, because they're so happy with where things are. I'm getting Temperance, and I'm getting the Six of Swords. They're delaying you on this. They're doing everything they can to almost, I feel like a filibuster going on here. Just like they're just stalling and doing things so you can't go forward. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop itching my eye. I feel like you're not happy about it, but you're just kind of like I feel like you've already started trying to move forward, and now you're just kind of stuck in the water, and you're just kind of like, when I'm seeing the Six of Swords, I feel like you're stuck in mid-transition. Now that's usually a card, definitely, that, you're moving on from difficulties and all the other good stuff. I don't feel like that's exactly what's happening here. I feel like you're trying to go through to the next stage, and the Six of Swords is saying you're kind of stuck mid-water. You're still trying to do this, but you're trying to do what you can without involving your partner. Yeah, it's not like it's not working as well. I feel like the swords are coming in saying that there's a little bit of a conflict here. But I'm not seeing like any type of like argument or anything like that coming from this. That's strange how that card comes in at the moment, but hey, if that's what it wants to be. Because I feel like you're trying to move things forward. I'm especially noticing the man in the back of this card. You're trying to keep things moving, and you're just kind of like stuck in a what do you call it? A contrary current. What would you call that? The current of the water is pushing against you, and you're pushing towards it, and it's just you're not really moving. And I feel like your partner's that current that's pushing towards you, and they're trying to like wait it out. They don't want the situation to change. Now this is how the next part comes in. That's where this comes in. You've got the Five of Cups on your side. I feel like you're really kind of like. I feel like you're looking at this like a mess. Like, this is supposed to go through to the next stage. And you're kind of like, it's almost feeling like, has this been wasted effort to even try to make this happen? Like, you're trying to make things go forward, but you're starting to look at it like, what, maybe you're going to be stopped. It's not going to be able to happen because your partner seems to. I'm still getting like they're still trying to hold back here because I'm getting with the Ten of Wands. Yep. They're holding back, but they're realizing that you're not happy about it. Let's put it that way. They're realizing you're not happy about it, and it's starting to stress them a little bit because I feel like they're feeling the pressure to finally move forward. And it's mostly because I feel like they're seeing how it's affecting you, and I'm getting like there's a little bit of guilt on their side, and they're starting to see like, this isn't the way this is supposed to go. And that you're trying to go along with the plan that was previously agreed to, and they're kind of going against that. And by trying to stall out and just not get things moving forward, it's just making things more stressful for you. And you got that Five of Cups there. Like, you're starting to feel like the effort you've put into this is going to be lost. And you're not, like, seeing, like, how this is going to work out. I feel like that's why you're having the Five of Cups, because I don't feel like this is completely down and out. But I feel like at this point you're starting to feel like you put in all this effort, and now it's just going to be all wasted. There's some things you've already benefited from here, but I feel like this is also mixed in with like you're not happy with your partner because of what was previously agreed upon. You're pulling your weight, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they're just kind of falling flat on it. And I don't feel like you're happy with it. I think you're kind of realizing though that it's because they like the situation so much, the way it currently is. But still, I feel like you're looking at it like, if this was already agreed upon, we were going to move forward. And I've done my part, and you're not. And I feel like this is causing a little bit of stress on your partner. Like, they realize that you're not happy. But I'm still not getting like a confrontation of any sort here. Now, I do. All right, so I want to say, on their side, they do have judgment in their favor. On your partner's side, I do feel like they're able to stall this out for now. Because they have judgment on their side, maybe this isn't the best time to get this going forward. Maybe it's better to enjoy what you currently have. I do feel like they're kind of winning in that sense, but I don't feel like it's permanent. The reason the Judgment card is coming up, and it's a major arcana, clearly, but I feel like they're kind of getting what they want. But I feel like this is going to work out for both of you in the long run, because it's not this isn't an end to the situation. It just seems like it's more what I'm seeing here in the future. I'm thinking it might be more temporary, but let's keep going just to be sure. Because they're telling me it stays in this state for a few months. And you're listening, and the Hermit and the Page of Wands, especially the Page in this deck, he's very perceptive, waiting for that right signal, like looking for the signal to move forward. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're looking for the signal when it's finally ready to move forward. I don't feel like you've given up on this situation. And you're kind of thinking it through on your own, and you're waiting for the right conditions to come forward so you can move forward again and get it going. They're just saying it might be a few months, because I do see at some point here in the future you have the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Wands. A few months from now, you're going to start this again. But I feel like you're going to have more of your ducks in a row, in the sense of like expecting that conflict, in a sense. when this comes around next time, you're gonna be ready for it, and you're gonna like be more in control and push this thing forward the way you want to. I feel like you're gonna take care of certain things, or have things already set up to be, more in a flow where it has to keep going forward. Like I don't feel like you're gonna be as dependent on your partner at this point, but I don't feel like there's gonna be like a confrontation. Like I still don't feel like there's gonna be an argument, but I feel like you're more like this is what we're doing and this is how it's going. I'm getting like the momentum of the past and the frustration of the past is built up, and I feel like you're just kind of like pushing forward, and you're just kind of. I feel like you're explaining it as it's going, but you've already made up your mind, and you've already had this plan going this whole time. And it's going forward, and the situation is going into a great start here with the Ace of Wands. So it is going forward. And I'm getting that your partner has the Eight of Wands, because I feel like when you start kicking it into gear, I'm getting like they're connecting with this past like almost stress or mild regret. I feel like the way they handled it could have been better. I'm kind of looking back at this situation like they could have maybe pushed off the whole situation, but done it in a more positive way. I don't know. I feel like they're looking back and they're realizing, you know what, they really have to it's time to move it forward. I feel like that's how they're looking at it. Like at this point, they're realizing, you know what, they can't push it off any longer. It's time to move forward. And I feel like they're not giving it too much thought. They're just doing it. Like they're just going forward with you. Eight of Wands is telling me that I feel like they're kicking in the gear and just going forward. I feel like they're following your lead on this. There's one last card that I'm noticing here, and it's an Oracle card. It's going on your partner's side, and it's from the Ten of Cups to the Eight of Wands. It's the transition from there to there, from the point to where you're going from the last situation to the new situation. They're saying there's nothing to worry about. Like things are still going to work out. You may not be happy with how the plan is kind of being thrown around a bit, but they're saying like it's still going to work out. Everything's still going to happen the way it needs to. Your partner really does not want the situation to change because they're very happy with it. That's the whole motivation with it. But it is going to go forward at some point, and things will be fine. All right, now. That's all for that. Let's go into Virgo singles. Let me just see if I got. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. Just gonna walk away randomly. Let's do Virgo singles. Messages for Virgo singles. Empowering information that help them find what they want, help them move forward in life the way they want, and give them strength and love and joy for their love interests. Empowering information that help them see what's going on to move forward in the direction that they choose is best for them. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Now, let me take this up here. This is the first thing I'm noticing here. The Five of Pentacles, and I feel like this has something to do with the past, because the Five of Pentacles is in your environment. But I'm also noticing the past with the Nine of Pentacles here. Which to me, when I look at the one in this deck anyway, it looks like somebody who's really not content, not happy with how things turned out. It's not like anything is really bad, but it's just kind of a little bit of disappointment in the current situation. But it's not disappointed with a bad situation. It's just kind of like things could be better. Things are not exactly what this person wants them to be. They're safe and secure, and it's a good situation, but they're not happy with it. So they're okay. And I'm thinking, especially with the environment here, I'm getting like you were doing fine and you're good. You had interest in this person, but they didn't seem to have interest back, or like if you talked to them or tried to get something going, they just seemed to shut it down and they didn't want to do it. So you were fine and you had other options, but you were kind of disappointed that this didn't go forward. And with this in the environment, the Five of Pentacles, I'm feeling like this person might be regretting it in the long run. I feel like they're regretting it now. But the thing is, as they're coming back around, you're feeling the Ten of Swords, but it's connected to the past as well? No. They're saying that's later. So I'm going to hold off on that. That's not connecting here just yet. So you got this going in the past here, but I do feel they're coming back around. Now, we have the Seven of Wands for how this is when they're coming back around. I'm getting you're feeling good. You're feeling like you understand where they stand, and you're not really stressing about it. I feel like you still have those interests in this person. You'd still like to do something there, but you're not expecting anything. So you're not you're not getting excited, or you're not trying to go on a date or propose anything here, because you're not thinking they're going to be on the same page anyway. But you're doing well. You're staying above the situation. You're overcoming the adversity, and you're feeling better about it. You'd still like things to go forward, but you're not expecting anything in that respect. So you're just kind of trying to, I feel like you're kind of just not ignoring it, but you're not entertaining the idea that much because you don't think there's really a possibility. Now this comes in. You got the Magician with the World. Is it them? I feel like they are coming back towards you and they're trying to get something going. And I feel like when they do this, it's very exciting to you. You're very happy about this. And it's going forward, like, I feel like this is like, you're agreeable to this, very agreeable, because you did want this anyway. I feel like this is kind of, I want to say it's a surprise, but that's not, the energy's not hitting. So I feel like you're just kind of going along with it, kind of like, where's this going to go? But I also feel like you're very excited, like this is a whole new phase of life going on here. The world tells me this is a whole new phase of life going on here. And I feel like things are going forward, and I don't feel like you're getting like overexcited about it. I feel like you're just kind of taking it one moment by the next, because I feel like it's a little like you don't know what to expect. And I don't think you're confused about it. I just feel like you're looking at this person like they're seeing the value in you and they're giving it a shot and they want to see if there's something going on here. And I feel like you're okay with that. The Magician is telling me they're coming forward to you. The world tells me that you're seeing, well, the world is telling me this is a whole new phase of life going on. So this might have more significance than it looks like. The bottom card here is the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of possibilities here, but I feel like you're looking at it more in the sense of like, you're not really sure where this is going to go, but you're kind of excited that there's a lot of good possibilities here for this to go a good direction. But I feel like you're just kind of taking it you're very mellow with it, is what it kind of feels like to me. And you're just kind of like, this could go somewhere really good. I don't feel like you're like falling all over yourself, especially from the history of this, but you're kind of like, this could work out. This could really be what I want it to be. But I feel like you're just kind of having a realistic look at it, like, you know what, this kind of stalled out before. I'm not sure if they're just figuring out if they really have that passion for me. Or if, like, I don't know exactly where they stand, but I like the idea where they feel like they're getting to know me better, and this could have a really good outcome. It's possible. It's one of my possibilities. Yeah? Okay. You go forward, Two of Cups. Seems to get along really well here. Things seem to go really, really well. There's a very camaraderie. I feel like I'm seeing people hang out like at like a social situation. I'm seeing a lot of good times, a lot of day dates, that type of thing. Things look really good. So this is a good moment in your future. Now, I feel like we're talking about this, but we're going to that next spot. Something causes this to fall flat. I'm feeling the other person pulls back. The other person seems to pull back. The Seven of Swords, I feel like the other person's kind of not communicating and they're just pulling back. But I'm getting there's a lack of communication here too. For that reason, you're thinking, maybe this was very short-lived. Maybe they were just trying to find out how much of an attraction they actually had to you, and they decided to abandon that. And if it's the Ten of Swords on your side, that's your thoughts. Like, this is like, you're afraid that you're going to end up, devastated over this because you already know how you feel. And at this point, you're wondering, is that all it was? Like, is it done? Did they find out they really don't have that attraction and now they're just going to ignore me or just walk away? Like, what's happening now? I do want to say, there's 2 cards? Okay. Whoever this other person is, I feel like they're in a weird flux moment where they might have like a left-right feeling to them in the sense of like they're either life is really busy for them or they're not really sure where they stand. And I feel like it's more they're not really sure where they stand, to be honest with you. And they go back and forth because you're thinking they kind of walked away and that's that, and you're starting to feel those feelings of devastation. I don't feel like you're completely at the Ten of Swords, but it's in your thoughts. You're afraid that's what's coming in. You're afraid like, oh boy, here we go. Then you got the Eight of Wands with the Three of Cups. Like, I feel this person's coming back and they're inviting you to a social event of some sort. And like they're really starting to consider like this might be a permanent relationship for them. With these two, I feel like you're talking about the event they're inviting you to. The Empress, I feel like this person is really starting to feel for you. Don't get caught up in the gender, I always say that, but I really feel like this person is really starting to like cultivate those feelings, and they're really considering like, I feel like they're looking at the situation with you and them right now at this point, and they're like, I need to either, go forward with this or I need to let it go. And I swear to God, since the way this is coming in, I feel like they've already kind of made that decision. They want to move forward with you. They like you. They see a very good person there. The chemistry is there for them. I feel like they're moving. Some of the people you're getting involved with, like for some of you Virgos, the person you're getting involved with, I'm getting they're moving away from a negative relationship with someone else. And they're getting over something else. And it's like something about that is kind of like it's messing with their head a little bit, and they're kind of defrosting that and moving away from something that wasn't good for them. And it's just making it a little rough going into something else because I feel like they're liking you and they're feeling like this is a good situation. They're seeing this as, a positive relationship. Someone they can depend on, somebody that's nice to them, that, it's conducive, it's very good. So I just feel like it's something about the past they're moving on from, and they're still sorting out some pain from that. I feel like a lot of them, that's what they're doing. But I do see them going forward, like especially with the World card here, I feel like this is a new phase for you. It's just this person, I feel like they're just they're dealing with something from the past, and they're trying to sort that out inside themselves, and it kind of makes them stall out for a moment here. I feel like it might be what happened in the past here too. It's kind of related. But after this social event, I feel like when the Empress here is a very stable person, and I feel like after this invitation to the social event, I feel like they're kind of committing to this. It may not be official, like you and them are talking it out, but I feel like they're inviting you to that because it feels like it's connected to either their family or their friends in some respect where it's tying you into their group. So that way this person feels like this is a stable connection that they're going to keep going. I feel like, to me, I know it's not official. I'm not really getting that it's official, but to them, they're committing. To them, I feel like they're committing here. That they're doing that emotional commitment thing where they're like, all right, I want to be in this, I want to do this, and I'm going to commit to making this work out, or at least giving it the best shot I can. After that social event. Good? Good. Anything else? Alright, I think we got there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.